Yes, it reloaded, man. It's your boy 3 Letter, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Y'all see where to follow your boy at. Hit the like button also. I appreciate that, man. Y'all see the title of this one, man. Let's talk about it, man. The old adage, the old cliche, the old catchphrase, death comes in threes. And boy, they are not lying when they say death comes in threes. And to lose Malcolm Jamal Warner, Ozzy Osbourne, and Hulk Hogan in the time frame that we've all lost these guys, it's for me as an old head, right? It kind of hits home a little bit though, and I'm gonna get into all three of these gentlemen in 1 second. We're talking about 80s legends that we've lost this week alone, man. Let's start with Malcolm Jamal Warner off rip here, man. Malcolm Jamal Warner, The Cosby Show, Theo. Where do I start at? As a young black male watching The Cosby Show on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. and then you got different 8:30, different. If you know, you know, right? But my mom and I watched The Cosby Show religiously together. I don't think I ever missed a Cosby Show ever. Even when they show it on TV One, sometimes I watch and reminisce on the shows with Theo. Obviously, if you don't know what a Gordon Gartrell is, this is not for you. If you know the infamous episode when Theo got an earring in his ear and him and Cliff was doing this and everything like that. If you know, you know. When he left the crib and thought he lived trying to be on his own, and they turned the whole household into him paying rent and everything like that. The infamous line where him and his dad are in a room and he's telling his dad, Mr. Huxtable, Dad, you know, instead of being not happy who I am, you know, love me for me. And then Mr. Huxtable is saying, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. It's just, come on, man. All the fly girls Theo had on the show, you know what I mean? And listen, all the girls in my building in Brooklyn, New York City, they was in love with Theo, man. They was in love with Theo, right? And everything like that. And if you're a black male coming up and you have a multitude of sisters in your house and you're the only brother with 3 sisters and stuff like that, you kind of relate to that. And it was so good to see them show a light. You know, we had good times and they showed the struggles of the black household. We had Sanford and Son and stuff like that, Jeffersons and things of that nature. What's happening, right? We had those shows and stuff like that. But the Cosby Show showed you that black female lawyer, black doctor in a household raising kids in a different lifestyle than the stereotypical poor black folk living and stuff like that, right? And that's what the Cosby Show gave to us, man. And for this brother to lose his life in the way he did in Costa Rica, and he was swimming with his daughter, for his daughter, and bro, he didn't die the way Ozzy Osbourne or Hulk Hogan died because of diseases and stuff like that. The brother was in Costa Rica with his wife and his child. And now you gotta tell his 8-year-old daughter that daddy's not here. That's wow, man. Wow. Drowning in the sea. Wow. And the thing about Malcolm Jamal Warner is this, man, to see all walks of life, Adam Sandlers of the world, you have Miss Huxtable, you have a multitude of people showing his brother love. It's been like 3 days about Theo, and people are still posting about this man every day. A hip-hop head. Don't forget he had De La Soul playing in the background. Like he had De La Soul. Was it My Buddy, I believe? He played in the background while stuff like that. Doing videos of Bobby Brown. Houdini. Like the brother was a hip-hop head from Jersey and all that. And to lose that brother at 54, man, that's just hurtful, bro. Really hurtful, man. You know what I mean? So I just want to say R.I.P. to Malcolm Jamal Warner, right? And then we go to Ozzy Osbourne. I can't sit there and say I'm the biggest Ozzy Osbourne fan, but I do know what he meant in the 80s. I know he's the godfather. Some people call this man the godfather of heavy metal. Black Sabbath, right? I used to watch the the reality show with his wife and him and stuff like that. I did watch that back in the day and stuff like that, right? And I just read recently that Ozzy Osbourne just did a show like 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And look how God works. The brother did his last show, and people got to see him and say goodbye to him, and his demise of Ozzy Osbourne, man. And we had Parkinson's disease and stuff, man. And I want to make sure I say R.I.P. to Ozzy Osbourne, right? Then you go to Hulk Hogan. And this is going to be dicey for people, especially black folks, who, let's be honest, us as black folks who watch wrestling in the 80s, you ask the average wrestling fan in the 80s what Hulk Hogan meant to them in the 80s, saying your prayers, eating your vitamins. I went to WrestleMania 1 in Madison Square Garden, 1985. This is a fact. My mom took me to WrestleMania 1 with Muhammad Ali, Billy Martin, this Hulk Hogan, and Mr. T versus Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff and Roddy Piper and stuff like that. And I remember in January 1984, he won the heavyweight champ. I could tell you Hulk Hogan's whole story. He beat the Iron Sheik at Madison Square Garden. So that was the birth of Hulk Hogan, right? WrestleMania 2, he battled, he fought King Kong Bundy. WrestleMania 3, he battled Andre the Giant when he slapped Andre the Giant. WrestleMania 4, he lost the title. He lost the title in Saturday Night's Main Event to Andre the Giant when the referee thing and everything like that. He gave the belt to Ted DiBiase, and they had a tournament, and then Macho Man won at WrestleMania 4. Then he beats Macho Man at WrestleMania 5. Then WrestleMania 6, I think he battled Ultimate Warrior. He lost Ultimate Warrior and stuff like that. So Saturday Night's Main Event, like, we know what Hulk Hogan meant to wrestling, and we can't leave the fact that this man had racist remarks towards black folks. And that's the thing with us black folks, right? Here I am giving RIP to Hulk Hogan, to a man who voted for Donald Trump, who had racist remarks, right? And that just shows y'all, white America, that us as black folks, as much as y'all try to kill us and demean us and stuff like that, we're not gonna act like Hulk Hogan was not a part of our childhood. I can't. I'll be lying to y'all and saying, you know, I can't say regardless of his comments, because I don't co-sign that bullshit at all. But I'll be lying to y'all and say I was not a Hulkamaniac. I can't tell you how many shirts I've ripped. I can't tell you how many times I've done the leg drop on my cousins and them, or done it to me. How many times we watch wrestling and think Hulk Hogan's gonna lose the belt, and he kicks out of somebody's finishing move, and he does all this, and you know, all this and all that, and then till this day, he's the biggest baby face to turn heel in wrestling history. I don't hear about John Cena, Macho Man, none of these cats, none of these cats. Hulk Hogan was the biggest baby face to turn heel in wrestling history. He's a household name. You know what I mean? Like, voted for Trump, that's a different story for a different day, whatever. But the Hulk Hogan thing is dicey, right? Because it's like, I see some people on social media who, to be honest, they don't care, right? They don't care, and that's Bobby Brown's prerogative if they don't care, right? And I get it, right? I get it. Trust me, I understand. But I can't sit there and lie and say Hulk Hogan did not mean a lot to my childhood, bro. I can't say that. I'll be lying when I used to take them Saturday Main Event because of Hulk Hogan and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Watching WWF Superstars. Hulk Hogan never wrestled. He never wrestled on wrestling. He really wrestled on WWF Superstars and WWF Wrestling Challenge. I was a big wrestling head, man, and he played a big part in that. He's a very integral part in wrestling and how wrestling blew up the way it is. Hulk Hogan plays a part, and he's a Mount Rushmore. He's a Mount Rushmore wrestler. He just is, right? And stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see how Triple H and WWE, how they handle this, because I know he got stripped of the Hall of Fame, I believe, because of his comments and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And NWO was when he joined NWO. When he came down that ring in '96, was it '96? I think it was. And he walked down that aisle at Bash at the Beach, and drop those leg drops on Macho Man Randy Savage and people throwing all kind of garbage at him. That's, dog, that was, like, Hulk Hogan turned a heel, and it was probably one of the biggest things he ever, one of the smartest things he ever did in wrestling, right? So, I just want to say R.I.P. to Malcolm Jamal Warner, love you, King, Ozzy Osbourne, Hulk Hogan, man. Oh, man, wrestling in the 80s, Malcolm Jamal Warner in the 80s, and Ozzy Osbourne, where he met to heavy metal, stuff like that, man. So, leave comments on the bottom, man. It's your boy 3, man. One.